Hi and welcome. I'm Liz and welcome to Groovy Happy You, where I share and overshare what's going on in my garden, my life, and my quest for groovy vibes. Anyway, I've got the patio garden here going. We even came up with a name. Kind of leaning towards, well, I had it a moment ago. Oh, piece of peace. Is in like a piece of my soul, a piece of my little happiness, my piece of little heaven here on earth. Anyways, piece of peace right here, my little groovy patio. And yeah, it's coming along pretty well. I like it. It's flowing well. It would be in the permaculture zones of Zone 1. And zones is what we're going to be talking about today. So let me get my hair going. Yep, it's getting close. No, it's not. It's not anywhere near even. Might have to edit some of this out. But zones, yes. Permaculture uses some zones, and they start off, a lot of them, there's always some differences because people got to do their own unique thing with whatever's there. So I appreciate that because that gives me permission to do the same. So zones generally in permaculture are the house itself, zone 0. The immediate flow is zone 1. The next flow would be zone 2. Those are the types of things that you don't have to visit every day. Zone 1 being the things that you're visiting every day. Zone 0, your anchor, your home, your hearth. So let's see, I ended up with zone 3. So zone 4, things that you're really happy to visit every now and then. And depending on what your yardscape and homestead looks like, that might be a bit further out, places you only go to a couple of times a month maybe. And then zone 5 is usually considered like an orchard around the homestead, kind of off in the distance. Being in a 55 plus mobile home community, I don't have an orchard. I don't even have any livestock yet, but another permaculture friend reminded me that worm bins might count as livestock, and so that will be my livestock that I'll be working towards eventually. But I've neglected some of my zones around the house, and I would consider these in my funny little homestead area to be more zone 2s. They're not an area that I need to visit every day, and I might drive past it every day though, and that would be out front. My out front looks like crap, and that's my objective today, is to make that look better. We'll do a walk by here in a little bit. Yeah. So the other zone that I want to talk about, and some permaculturists identify it and some don't, I call it the zone 00. And that's you, my friend. You and me in the hearth and home, the body that embodies the home. My zone 00 is presenting a gimpy heart, which is impeding some of my abilities. I had to leave class early yesterday, and I didn't make it to my second class. I was having a reaction to one of my medications. It wasn't a bad reaction, but yet another reaction. So that sucks. I discontinued that one, and I don't know if my cardiologist is going to want to try another, but quite frankly, I'm done with trying other meds. I'm switched over to a plant-based diet, and that seems to have fewer side effects than my medication. So I just don't know if it's doing my gimpy heart any good or not yet. We'll find that out here in some tests going forward. But anyways, today, the zone 00. I spent decades caring for other people. I don't know if that's a side effect of the medications or not, but I seem to have a scrappy throat. Anyways, decades caring for other people. It was both a birth obligation as a woman and an extra layers of it from my family growing up. And of course, society always reinforces those notions. I didn't take care of myself. I took care of everyone else's needs ahead of my own. And I never even understood that there might be other options. So, this is me learning how to take care of myself. It's about what my homesteading has now become about, and my gardening for feeding myself nutrition. And that is important. I'm important. You're important. So, are you truly taking care of yourself? Are you tending to your zone 0-0? Because without your zone 0-0 in good health, the rest of it's pretty much pointless. So that's the end of that lecture. Maybe I might come back to it. I always reserve that right. Anyways, let's put a pause in it, take a quick walkabout, and I'll show you what my project for the day is out on the front area, which I consider my zone 1, or part of my zone 1. Let's get on to zones. Okay, so zone 0, my home. This is my usual exit into the carport. And my first area is my little workstation and relaxation station here in the carport. It's covered. I've got my soils, my other soils, my plants yet to be potted up, but I'm about 80%, maybe 85%, or even more potted up at this point because I'm kind of winding down on the need for new plants. All right. A lot of my herbs are sitting up here, and I am sorry that sun is fierce this time of day. So anyways, herbs, potting area, all this I consider zone 1. This is my fun little piece of peace garden. Like I say, it's pretty much coming together. A few little tweaks here and there. I've got some screens protecting my little babies, seedlings that are coming up from the blistering heat. We're still having evenings in the mid-50s, and we've gotten up to over 80, mid-80s this last 10 days. So anyways, my little piece of peace area. All of this, I don't know, it's kind of a crossover between zone 0 and zone 1. Probably more like zone 1 since it's on the outside. Here's a little peek at my tomatoes and some seedlings I've started up. My volunteer tomatoes still need pruning on that. Sorry again for the sun, it's that time of day. These look like they're going to be some type of either cucumber or squash. My volunteers that showed up out of nowhere. Plum tree's still doing great. Some kale's doing good. Oh, and the flipping oleander is back in force. It looks like I've killed the plumeria on the left, but this plumeria on the right is still struggling. I've got to figure out what to do with it. If you know anything about plumeria, give me some hints and clues down below. This area is the Depression era flowers, bulbs that I got from my friends I grew up with up in Monterey County. Haven't seen anything down there yet. Still need to stir that, but that would require putting on real shoes and going to the top part of the garden area. These guys are just loving life. And strawberries are doing well. This is a cucumber, a Persian cucumber. Looks like I've got some type of gnat or something on there. I saw a lacewing earlier, so if it's a bad one, hopefully the lacewing will take care of it. That's a good bug. All right, some more. So this area seems to be working pretty well. Need some new things put in here. This one's doing pretty well. And let's see, over against this wall, these little guys I think got too hot too quick. We had a blistering heat about 2 weeks ago and I think they just got fried, but I've put some new seedlings in there for stronger, sturdier runner beans, so let's see how those pop up. Over here, I've moved all of my transplants and a couple of other things over here. This gets shade from about 2 o'clock on, so it seems to like it a little better, and the morning sun's not as intense as the afternoon heat. And there is Tom Tom. Yeah, I know, baby. Hello. Meow, meow. I know. All right, remember the rule. All the rodents you want, but you leave the birds and the lizards. He's enjoying his new home. And this is my problem area for today. I've got a tomato that limped along last year and some basil. Looks like I need to tip that off again. But I think it's just gets too intense of sun here up against the house and southern exposure to western exposure. So yeah, it's not real happy with it here. I might have to find a new location. Just don't know where that's going to be just yet. This stuff, it's hanging over the edge. It's scrappy. It's a mess. It's not one of my favorite flowers. Sometimes the bees seem to like it when it's in bloom. The lantana, the butterflies and the bees seem to like it pretty well. But I have no idea what that is. It just came up as a volunteer. It's spreading. The lantana needs to be healthier. And some idiot put some asparagus fern down in there and it's taking over. And again, it's a mean plant. It doesn't produce asparagus. What's the point? This is a grapefruit. And I've been watching this one down here on the bottom. It's pretty close to getting ripe. It looks like it's even blushing a little bit. And again, some more of that spreading, nasty asparagus fern stuff that's just mean. It's hard. Over on this side, this little green plant here is a surprise. It's hyacinthus, and now that it's done blooming and seems to be dying back, I'm gonna look at finding a place to put it and give it a home that's in an area where I can actually smell and enjoy it better. This thing looks like most of the blooms have spent, so I think I can cut it back. I want to cut both of these big things back really tight so I don't have to worry about them for a while, because I'd rather worry about other areas, and again, it's not my favorite plant. Eventually it will be coming out. I have grand hopes for this area. This one, I forget what it's called, but I like it. It's pretty. But I had to give it a hard trimming because it's all the way up at the stop sign, so it needed to come back down so people might actually stop. Well, this is a project. See how much I can get done between now and the time the sun comes around the corner here and bakes me. All right, well, that's it for now. And we'll catch up with you in the next video. In the meantime, stay groovy. Bye.